bling it's adding to my shirt.
Nice. I did not dress for this today. I rolled out of bed.
Yeah, well, you had shit going on.
Just
With kids and whatnot. And can you imagine if you were not confident in Julie, how much you'd be like, oh my God, I can't go laugh.
right? Oh my God. Okay.
This is so funny. When I smile, you can see like whatever those things are.
Okay.
I can have blue teeth.
Hold on. I want to see how it's looking on
Facebook.
Yeah, it's popping back and forth. You can't see it on Facebook. All right. Oh. I'm gonna go on gallery view then.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
No. Maybe
it makes my teeth look extra white though. All right, there we are. Womp, 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 in a boring environment.
I know. I bet you they'll update that feature. Like if they have it, they'll like make it so that it'll be normal.
Well, I certainly hope so.
I know, right? Okay. Nobody's echoing. We are all good. Yeah. Can hear everybody. Everybody, all the people, us, everybody. Yay. Welcome.
Oh, we're live. Yes.
Oh, we're live. Did I not say that?
A good thing I wasn't picking my nose or nothing.
Right. Welcome to another episode of Consciousness Hacks. And we are excited to be here in the new year and excited to talk about this. It's like, I'm realizing right now, it's like the best freaking topic to start the new year with. Garrett brought something to my attention the other day. That Tony Robbins had said, we are not born with confidence. And we had quite the conversation about it. Now, confidence was already on our list of things to talk about because so many times, especially like in our realm of online business and entrepreneurship, people wait before they do something, right? I have to have the confidence before I do it. So we opened up this whole can of worms in a conversation about confidence. And is that true?
Yeah.
Can you tell we don't agree?
Not with each other. We don't agree with the Robbins.
We don't agree with the Robbins. The Tony Robbins.
Yes. And how dare we disagree with the guru who's not your guru?
Yeah. The guru that's not your guru.
All right. Yeah. I mean, this isn't like a combat at Tony Robbins at all.
Just sparked conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I respect him, respect his work, and, but I just find that sometimes perhaps it's the time that we're in that there's so much up leveling and expansion that's going on. We need to go beyond the teachings that has helped us to kind of move along, going from like this consciousness to this consciousness is like, no, we need to go beyond. And we are not in the time where you get to believe that confidence, you're not born with it. We're past that time.
Oh my God, I so agree. It's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at little kids, like that's where we start, right? Anyone under, what were we saying? Like under 2. There's just no telling them they aren't the shit. Like they go at life, they grab whatever, like just think about them in a store, right? Like even that, like no restraint. They're just like, pick it up. Oh, that looks like mine. Oh, let me look at this. Like no regard for anybody but themselves because they are so rooted in their wholeness. They are so rooted in that knowing that they get to have what they want, they get to go for what they want, and nobody gonna fucking stop them except their ability to walk or run or not run.
Or their parents.
Or their parents, right? Or like they're knowing within them, if they were let loose, no parents even, what would they do? You know, without anybody telling them they can't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love that. And, you know, I just keep getting images of like my, I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I just can have countless of stories of like each of them where, yeah, like I would say like around that, even around 2, 3 even, where they would just walk in the room and be like, look at me. Look what I made. Right? Like, look at me, see me, notice me, unapologetically.
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't tell them, yeah, they're not the shit. They're not brilliant. They're not the best artist out there. Like, you can't tell them that.
They look at you side-eyed like, what are you talking about? And they're not sitting there comparing to anybody either. They're not sitting there being like, oh, well, that person's line that they drew on their paper or splatter paint is better than mine.
Yeah.
They don't have that.
Yeah. So it's like all the other stuff is learned. Okay. I mean, to like just get straight to it, like you are born with confidence. Everything else that has you believing that you're not, all of that stuff is learned. So the work is not even to build confidence, it's actually to unlearn everything that you've learned that had you convinced and believing that you're not confident, or you don't have confidence, or you need to acquire all kinds of skills to be confident.
Right. Right. And that's the embodiment, right, of the noticing when the lies come up, like all that unlearning, all that conversation of, you know, you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you don't know this enough to be able to do, like that's where a lot of people go, I think, in business, like I don't know this enough to do this, or I don't know this enough to help, I haven't mastered this, so how am I going to help other people? It's like, no, like you already are the embodiment of that pull to create whatever you are here to create. Yeah. Whatever that hit was, right? Because it starts with that thing, right? Like, why do we even feel like we need confidence? Is because we're called to do a thing, we're called to create a thing, and then we let that story of I don't have enough of this, I don't have enough of that, stop us along the way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, so I'm like, you said like, and my brain is like that, and then that. So the first thing I'm going to say is, yeah, you have that pull to create the thing because you have exactly what you require to create it. If you didn't have what is required to create it, the pull would not be there. That's number one. And number two,
that's so good.
Mastery is an art. You don't just wake up and be like, I'm a master today. So if you're like, oh, I can't do that yet, I don't have enough, I don't know, track record to prove that I am good at this. Well, guess what? You fucking create the track record by going out there and doing the thing. Somebody's not gonna hand you, here's your track record, you did it. No.
Yeah, you don't need confidence if you don't take fucking action. The only way that you're creating anything is by taking action, like stepping into the shit, the scary shit that you think you aren't good enough for, right? And it's like literally stopping those stories in their tracks, noticing that conversation and be like, no fucking thanks, I'm going back to my intention. Because right, I fucking love that you just said that. It's like, you would not be handed this thing to create if you did not already have everything required to create it within you now. There was nothing out there to attain. Now, yes, you're going to go on your journey and people are going to show you new things and you're going to learn new things and you're going to expand on the way. But like, you started that. Like you are the one who is the catalyst in that energy of embodying it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Um, and once you lock that in, right? That I think we talked about this last week about desires and how like owning your desires and fully owning them, backing them, owning that they are divine. Once you lock that in and you lock in, well, if this desire is within me, that means I must be able to create it. I must be able to create it and give yourself the permission to create it.
It's like that thing is there, like you see it, the path then is already created, right? Something's not dropped into your lap if there isn't a path to it. Now you don't need to know the fucking path. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's there. It's there for you, and you are the vehicle in which it manifests. And I say that not from I need to walk all steps. Like, no, like that's energetic. Like,
yeah. And it's like you are the path. That's the thing.
yes.
We go like, where's the path? Where's the way? No, you're the fucking way. You're it.
Yeah. Who has the formula? I have my thing. I want that thing. It's really exciting over there. Okay, let me go over here. Like press all the internet buttons. Okay, how do I get there? How do I get there? It's not a fucking Google map. Like
Siri.
Siri, I want this thing. How do I get there? Outsourcing to Siri. Can you imagine actually outsourcing your life to Siri?
Oh God. We have too much fun, Jules. Oh my God. And we crack up, obviously. We understand that this is, for some people, this is really serious, right? And we want to invite you to relax a little bit around this, first of all. Okay. Yeah. And once you relax, you can find that you're taking yourself in this whole process way too seriously, which is what had you going to look for confidence outside of you in the first place.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That is what.
Julie, why are you wearing glasses now? Since when did you wear glasses?
They're blue light glasses, and they were okay there, and I was feeling giggly, and I was like, "What would happen if I put these on?" But I feel like I look absolutely ridiculous. But I do notice that my headache. I don't have a headache, and my eyes don't.
Oh, okay, all right. This is what confidence looks like. We just modeled it for you. Like you really don't give a shit. You allow yourself to be fully who you are unapologetically. So the hack is, if you've been believing that you need to go build confidence, is something you must go do to be confident, or you need to acquire all the skills to be confident, you do not. Are there things that we can all improve upon? I remember like when I first started cooking, I think I started cooking at, I don't know, maybe 13 or 14 or whatever. And I don't mean like just PB&J sandwiches. I mean like meals. Yeah. And I grew up watching people cook all the time. Not to go way off track, but I grew up early part of my life in Haiti, and things are done differently there. And I grew up watching the cook all the time, and my aunt be like, "Wow, you better pay attention to what's going on over there, because you can, because you're gonna need to cook for your man." I was like, "Oh, okay." But I never actually. I was still too young to be allowed in the kitchen. Like again, I'm not going to go into the details of what the structure of that was like, but I remember though, when I moved here to the US, and it was me and my younger sister, and my mom would be at work, and like I got to a point, I was like, why am I waiting for her to come home to cook? I can do this. I had never even boiled. Well, I had boiled eggs by that point, but
Right. Not without your mom
I had
home.
zero skills, zero evidence that I could lean on and point to say that I can cook this meal that I was intending to cook.
Yeah.
But I decided, I called my mom up. I was like, yo, I'm cooking dinner. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. She's like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I've watched you. I've had pictures. I'm like, I got this.
Oh my God, I dream of this phone call, Gerda. I want my kids to call me. Mom, making dinner tonight. Oh, best phone call ever. Okay. So good. Right. No evidence. You had no evidence you could cook a fucking meal.
Zero. Zero. When I tell you zero. I mean, at best, I think, yeah, like, especially like if you know anything about Haitian cooking, it's a process. Like certain things is a process. And like what I was deciding, like I was gonna cook was the process. But I just had this knowing within. I was like, I can do this. And I was just like, I just want somebody to give me a shot at this.
And you gave yourself the shot.
Yeah. And and so yeah, it was like the decision, right? Because could I have waited till the weekend till my mom was around and she was in the kitchen watching everything I was doing? And I was like, no, I got this. So I was like, what? I asked her for a couple of measurements or whatever. And I was like, I can do this. And it came out fine.
Yeah.
No one died. We all still lived. No, it was actually pretty good. I mean, one dish was a little bit salty, but beyond that, like it was, but I had the knowing. That's what confidence is an embodied knowing that you can do something and you go out there, you put in the effort to do it. And whatever you need to support you beyond your knowing, your ability will show up.
Yeah. That's like that trust. And that's a whole nother episode as well. But just that, yeah, that knowing that like you can do it. You would not be shown this thing if you could not do it. And it's your job. Like the only part of confidence you have to actually like do is take the action that you know that you're that's next. And usually it scares the shit out of people and that stops a lot of people in their tracks. It's like, no, just do it. What the fuck are you living for if you're not here to experience new things, right?
Right. Yeah. Like that fear to mess it up. Yeah, it's the fear, like I won't get it right. And if I don't get it right, it means this and that about me. And people are gonna say, and I'm gonna look incompetent. Competency is not confidence. Two different things.
Yeah, and that's still like that's you outsourcing, right? That your confidence. Like, what are people gonna think? Like they're the determinant of what you're creating, and they're not. They never are. Nobody else is ever going to give you the permission you need to give yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And as long as you keep believing that you don't already have it within, you will continue to look for the external validation to prove that you have it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that validation is not there, you will completely collapse.
Yeah, it's you have to be blind, a lot of the time, blind to the physical in your process of creation. Like,
oh yeah. And we can both attest to that. It is hard AF.
It is, right? And that's why you enlist support in your life, of course, to show you where you're going off track and all that. And it's like, because we so easily are conditioned to that way. But it's like, if you remember yourself, I mean, nobody really remembers themselves as a 2-year-old, but it's like, if you could remember or look at any 2-year-old or fucking, go on TikTok and watch a 2-year-old talk to you, like they give no shits. They love themselves. They know that they're capable. They think they can conquer the world because it's true. And they go for it. And it's like, that is who you actually are. That is the essence of your being.
Yeah.
And that is the vehicle in which you create. Because you are the fucking vehicle. You are the path. You are the desire.
Yeah. There's no separation. There's no separation between you and what you can create. You just simply need to allow the process. It's just allow.
Yeah. Allow the excitement. Allow the energy of that desire, right? That thing you want to create be your driving force. Because that is the truth. Like, that energy is the truth. Not the, how do I do it? Not the, let me look at the fucking shit on Google and talk to Siri and ask 80 fucking mentors if this is okay and if I have permission and if I'm doing it right. No. It's you. All day.
You are your permission.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You are the way. You are the path. You are your permission.
So, hack today, this one just came. When you are on your journey, like to create something, really tap into and notice when you start to outsource, right? When you go to hit Google, when you go to ask your friend or your mentor or whoever if this is okay. And then remembering, wait, no, I'm giving that permission. I'm giving that power away to somebody else to decide for me when I have to decide for myself.
Yeah. And so that hack that I would add to that is the willingness to get it wrong. Because people think, oh, if I'm confident, then I'm doing it perfectly. Perfectly according to whom?
Right.
You only do it perfect to you, perfect to the desire, the thing that wants to move and express through you. I'm sure somebody could jump on this here and be like, these two women don't know what the fuck they're doing. They need to go sit down somewhere. We're like, what? You can tell us this into shit right here.
No. You're like, what are you watching?
Like, exactly. Hey, with all our tech issues and giggling and going off on tangents and
yeah, it's not.
We are getting it perfectly right now. That's a decision that we've made, and we own it and we back it, regardless of what any of the top, I don't know, podcast, videographer, whatever would say, would still be like, no, this is the shit. Is there room for improvement with the techie, whatever? Yeah, but they don't give us permission. We give ourselves permission.
Yeah. And that's what makes it fun, right? Because if you're not giving yourself permission, you're going to constantly be questioning and you aren't going to enjoy any of it. You're not going to enjoy any of the creation process. And like that fucking cliche saying, like, it's not about what, I don't even know what it is. It's not about the destination. It's the journey. It's the journey, not the dest. There is no, you know what I'm saying. It's like, people don't live that shit. They're still looking at that destination that's, you know, once I have the thing, then I actually had permission all along, or those people who helped me get it gave me the validation to, no, like if you don't enjoy the fucking process, what's the fucking point?
Yeah, exactly.
It's unfolding that is important.
Yeah, that's the hack for today. And maybe one thing I'll add based on that is, what would happen if all these external validations were taken away? That's how you know. That's how you know if you are really relying on the external. Because like, if you're not sure, right, you might be like, well, I think I'm confident. If you're not sure, just kind of tune into how would you respond or react if those things you were holding on to that made you feel confident, if they were all taken away today, would you still have your own back? Would you still believe that you know what you know and that you're capable? Would you still give yourself permission to create? And if you start doing this,
You know where you're at.
and that's okay. You can use that information and turn it around.
And that's really interesting that you say that too, because it's like, you will find that if you tap into that, and if you are going to the external and you're like, okay, what if I took all that away? When the more rooted you are in the knowing within yourself, the more you're going to realize that the only time you're actually even happy is when you're backing yourself. Like, you could look at, okay, Tony Robbins gave me permission, or the fucking Dalai Lama gave me permission. Like, no, it's still not going to do it. It's still not going to give you that satisfaction of except you giving that shit to yourself.
Yes. Ooh.
Every damn
And
time.
we can then the plan here.
Land.
Smooth landing.
This was awesome. Take that hack with you. Put it in your back pocket, your front pockets, t-shirt pockets for the year of 2020.
2022.
Oh yeah, 2022. I feel like so many people have done that. It's 2020. No, 2020.
I've done that too. I've seen the joke where it says it's 2022, as in 2 TOO.
Oh. Like, no, we do not reverse. We do not go backwards, people. Gosh.
Awesome. This was great.
Okay.
We hope what we intend that this serves.
All divinely perfect. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, how do I?